Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. We begin with some disappointing news on this Friday. A May jobs report that is anything but encouraging. The U.S. gained a mere 54,000 jobs last month. That is way less than the 232,000 jobs that were added in April. Economists had predicted 170,000 jobs would be added. Most believe the economy needs to add about 150,000 jobs a month just to keep pace with the population growth. Manufacturers cut 5,000 jobs last month, retailers 9,000. The Labor Department reports nearly half of the industries it tracked cut jobs. A longtime advocate of assisted suicide has died. He died from natural causes at a Michigan hospital early this morning. Jack Kevorkian was 83. He was being treated for kidney problems and pneumonia since last month. He earned the nickname Dr. Death for his role in more than 100 assisted suicides. Kevorkian was released from prison in 2007 after serving 8 years for second-degree murder. From politics to perhaps prison, John Edwards' fall from grace gets even worse. A federal grand jury has indicted the two-time presidential candidate. He's accused of using campaign money to cover up an extramarital affair during the 2008 presidential election. He fathered a child with his mistress and lied about it. Edwards' attorneys argue the funds were gifts from friends intended to keep the affair a secret from his wife Elizabeth, who died of cancer in December. Now for our other big story, tornadoes, floods, drought, and extreme heat. There is plenty of wicked weather to tell you about tonight. People are still sifting through the rubble of homes in more than 20 communities in Massachusetts. This after tornadoes touched down on Wednesday, killing 4 people. Governor Deval Patrick says it's a miracle more people were not hurt. The tornadoes are a rare occurrence for this area. They formed quickly and caught people off guard. U.S. Congressman Richard Neal witnessed the destruction for himself.
My family just described how his mom and dad had built the very house that we're standing on the foundation of. Great emotion goes into it. It's still the biggest investment we make, but most importantly, it's the emotion of having raised children in these homes and watched them grow as well. So home is always home.
It's a position most of us would probably never want to find ourselves, stuck outside as a tornado was hitting. That's what happened to David Meck in Springfield, Massachusetts. He shot this video as he ran from his car to his home. He's banging on the door. You may be able to hear him screaming, "Let me in." Once inside, he orders his family to head to the basement. Meck says had he stayed outside one more second, a tree likely would have fallen on him. Now to the extreme heat baking the South. Many areas, including Montgomery, Alabama, hit 100 degrees yesterday. It's not going to ease up anytime soon. Despite that, people are seen here out and about. They're running, they're biking, they're walking, but they and anyone else out in it need to be very careful. Here's Morgan Hightower from our affiliate WNCF.
Tyrone Anderson, a man better known as the Shoe Doctor, spends nearly half his day every day outside shining shoes.
We work the lunch hour from 11 to 2.
With temperatures peaking at 100 degrees, Anderson's swift polishing gets a little slower, but no less shiny.
Just take it easy. Don't try to rush yourself.
Medic Lieutenant Smithson says that's good advice, especially now when threats of heat strokes and exhaustion are high.
Anywhere where you're going to sweat a lot, you lose a lot of fluid and electrolyte. And usually the first thing that happens is you get cramps, and then cramps lead to heat exhaustion.
The warnings are for everyone. People exercising, working, and even walking around in this heat are at risk to falling victim of the sun.
It is pretty common. And like I said, when it's not taken care of, it leads to heat exhaustion. Once you get heat exhaustion, you start getting dizzy, nauseated, might be vomiting, and if that progresses without any treatment, you can have a heat stroke.
And those are often fatal, but they can be prevented. All it takes is plenty of water, rest, and shade. And by the looks of it, the Shoe Doctor has found himself the perfect spot to beat the heat. For the CW News at 9, I'm Morgan Hightower.
To the east now, where hot, dry conditions in Delaware are hurting farmers, they've forced farmers to delay planting. Some are relying on irrigation systems to get by.
And irrigated, and we've started turning them on because the corn's getting in the stage. We've just fertilized it and trying to work the nitrogen in and give it a little drink.
Farmers say they'd rather deal with the dry conditions than the wet weather hurting their colleagues in the Midwest. Which brings us to Floodwatch 2011 and the rising Missouri River on the Nebraska-Iowa border. Tonight, we take you to the town of Hamburg, Iowa, with just 1,100 people. Much of the downtown is working hard to save what it can by creating walls of sandbags. The amount of water is expected to double in the next few weeks, and anywhere up to 10 feet is expected to soak the southwest Iowa town. Meanwhile, many who live in the town are packing up and moving to higher ground. Here's Shelley Russell from our affiliate, KPTM.
Upstairs, down the stairs, upstairs. Well, that's about it. That's about the way it's been.
Up and downstairs, back around in closets, just clean up everything from basements to, I'd say we've been cleaning out garages and everything that we could figure out to clean.
Neighbors help Martha West move out.
Our bedding, our dishes, food. We had no choice but to get out.
I've never been in anything like this before, and it's scary. It is.
While there's plenty of help to pack up this house off of Main Street, people who live in this town say they need even more help.
There needs to be some kind of shelter here. There really does. You know, somebody should be here, like FEMA, even the Red Cross, anything. You know, somebody should, but they're not.
We have no help whatsoever, no shelter, no nothing.
Nothing except each other to load up and move to higher ground. Shelley Russell reporting for INN News.
Fort Collins, Colorado is also bracing for some flooding. This is video from our affiliate KGWN. Snowpack in the mountains is up to 3 times its normal depth for this time of the year. Now it's melting. The Powder River seen here is running at 1,740 cubic feet per second. It's measuring at 4.5 feet. And to give you a better idea what that means, imagine more than 1,700 basketballs being thrown past you each second. Officials are concerned the river overflow could reach 5,000 cubic feet per second as that snowpack continues to melt fast. Time for Global News Now. An activist for the Brazilian rainforest has been found shot to death. This comes just 3 days after the government discussed ways to stop deadly clashes between the logging industry and rainforest activists. Police say the killing had characteristics of an execution. A magician in Taiwan unearths a trick that proves the power of mind magic. Igo, as he's known, spent 100 hours buried alive. He was encapsulated in an acrylic booth underneath 3.6 tons of dirt. He used a breathing tube and was fed water every 2 hours. All that was exposed was his right hand. In the 4 days he was underneath it all, nearly 10,000 fans visited him. 3 very welcome, very adorable additions in China. These little guys, triplets, were born Wednesday. Each are just under 8 inches long and weigh a little less than 3 pounds. The tiger population has plummeted because of habitat destruction and poaching for medicinal purposes. China has fewer than 50 tigers left in the wild. And that's your Global News Now. Well, a health scare may keep you from getting a healthy side on your next flight. And cool summer treats that are healthy, Diet on a Dime offers plenty of options for you. And the story of a famous musician who had to thumb a ride and who came to his rescue, coming up on INN.
In this box is what I need to control my diabetes, to stay healthy, and get on with my life. It comes from Liberty Medical. And now, it's not only where I get my diabetes testing supplies, but it's where I get my prescription drugs as well. See, if you're on Medicare, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies, as well as your prescription drugs, may be covered. Liberty takes care of all the paperwork with Medicare and sends the prescription forms directly to your doctor for approval. Then on your schedule, packs up this box and sends it right to your door with no charge for shipping.
Liberty assures you have what you need to manage your diabetes, and that starts with a free meter. Call today and get a free meter. Plus, when you join, you'll also get a free cookbook.
Call Liberty. They can help you live a better life.
Call 1-800-503-6627. 1-800-503-6627.
Car owners, does your vehicle have less than 120,000 miles on it? Is it less than 10 years old? Is your current auto warranty about to expire? Well, Cover America Auto Care has a very special offer just for you. With current economic conditions causing bankruptcies and a downturn in new car sales, Cover America Auto Care now offers inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage direct to the public. You can save thousands of dollars on auto repairs. A toll-free line has been made available so car owners can call and get a free no-obligation quote. This auto protection is backed by an A-rated insurance carrier. Plus, you get a claims department that has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. 24-hour emergency roadside assistance is also included. You will be amazed at how much you can save on future car repair bills. So call for your free, no-obligation quote now. Do not wait. Get covered today and rest easy tonight.
Good evening, I'm INN meteorologist Ed Russo. Much of the country this weekend going to be extremely hot, and we are going to see a couple showers and thunderstorms moving across the area as well, especially the upper Great Lakes here, the Arrowhead of Minnesota into northern Wisconsin. Could see some strong thunderstorms pop up later. Northeast is pretty dry right now, and it's warming up as well. Down east Maine still seeing a few showers, but all of that activity should kick east over Nova Scotia during the next several hours. To the south we go, and nice and dry here. It's very hot, especially across Mississippi. We could see some more showers and storms develop across Georgia, Alabama, and northern Florida. That's good news because it is hot here as well, so any thunderstorm that pops up will at least make the atmosphere feel a little bit more comfortable outside. And the Storm Prediction Center has the upper Great Lakes and the Deep South under a slight risk for severe thunderstorms this afternoon. Very heavy rain, and even some large hail is possible with some of these storms. The whole threat for tomorrow consolidates into one area from the mid-Mississippi Valley eastward through Ohio and western Pennsylvania. Tomorrow could see some strong to severe thunderstorms. Back towards the south and west here, nice and dry, but very, very hot, especially across eastern Louisiana and much of Mississippi, seeing heat advisories this afternoon and even earlier this evening. It's going to feel like it's 105 degrees outside, and we're still about 3 weeks away from summer, a little less than that actually. So extremely hot conditions are being very persistent across much of the South and the Ohio Valley, and it does not look to let up anytime soon. Some showers are moving across the California coast near Eureka. All these showers should start to move east as well, and we will be seeing even some snow shower activity blossom once again across southwestern Montana here. You can see some of that white there. That is snow that is currently falling across the mountaintops. And then we have some more rain, and it's really been raining across north central and eastern Montana for a very, very long time. And we still have snow that's piling up across the higher elevations, and that's just going to melt in the coming weeks and cause the flooding problems to get even worse. And we're already seeing some serious flooding problems across the state of Montana. Flood watch is in effect across much of the western part of the state, and even next week we could see these extended further east towards the Dakotas. Tonight, overnight lows, very mild. Once again, not too much relief across the south here. 69 in Houston, 76 in Little Rock for tonight. That is extremely mild. 68 in Chicago and 74 in Atlanta, only 77 tonight in Miami. Out west, it will be comfortable overnight. 50 in Denver, a nice 50 in Seattle, 58 degrees in San Francisco. And notice a little pocket of cooler air tonight across the northeast as well. Lows there will be in the 50s, and highs very hot. Once again, that's where we have that heat advisory across Mississippi, getting close to 100 degrees again across the state of Mississippi and Louisiana. Many areas could see even temperatures go to 100 or 102. 89 in Miami, and then 80 degrees in Washington. Still a little cooler across the northeast, and of course the state of Montana. Mike?
A deadly E. coli outbreak is causing a menu change on one airline, and two discount sites are teaming up to make for a more affordable getaway for you. Jenny Wurzberger gets back to business.
American Airlines won't be serving up any more salads for now on its flights out of Europe. The airline is replacing them with other options in response to concerns about Europe's E. coli outbreak. At least 16 have been killed and more than 1,600 have gotten sick in 10 European countries. The source of the bacteria is unknown. And an Illinois court has ruled American Airlines must make its flights available on Orbitz after pulling them from the travel website back in December. The ruling is a setback for American, which accounts for 5% of the travel site's revenue. American disagrees with the court's decision and is evaluating its options, but for now will comply with the judge's order. Groupon is teaming up with Expedia to offer travel deals. The new service will allow users to book hotel rooms and plane tickets from Expedia at a big discount. The deals will start just with hotels, but will expand to include airfares and rental cars. For Back to Business, I'm Jenny Wurzberger.
You know her as the star of Charlie's Angels, Kill Bill, and the just-released Kung Fu Panda 2. But actress Lucy Liu is also committed to a cause that is helping millions of children worldwide. Reporter Seth Newman has more on this story.
More than 3.5 million children under the age of 5 die annually in developing countries due to maternal and child malnutrition. Lucy is doing her part to change this.
Heinz has been pioneering this incredible campaign, and I've partnered up with them, and they're combating iron deficiency anemia, which is a very serious thing for kids. 3.5 million children die around the world every year from malnutrition. And so what they're providing right now for these different communities are these sachets that contain all the nutrients the child needs, and that helps them with physical and mental development, which is incredibly important, especially when the child is very young.
Since 2001, nearly 5 million children in 15 developing countries have received these life-changing nutrient packets.
I was in China shooting a movie, and afterwards I was able to go down to Nanning and visit a community where children have been receiving these sachets, and it has been really eye-opening to witness the difference that it has made for these children and their families. I spoke to their mothers. There was a child that had problems with his hand, and after she started giving these nutrient packets to them, the Nurturmate packets, in about 2 weeks' time, the child was able to use the full function of his hand, and that was a very short time.
To learn more about the Heinz micronutrient campaign, visit heinz.com.
Speaking of nutrition, Diet on a Dime's Michelle Arnold is doing what she can to make us all healthy. Coming up, cool treats for hot summer days. How to satisfy your sweet tooth without ruining your diet. Next.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account. All you have to do is put the right people to work for you. And that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe. Many are former IRS agents who have inside knowledge that you can't get elsewhere, and that can make all the difference in the world.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
The threatening letter stopped immediately.
I got great advice, and they did all the work.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, you owe it to yourself and your family to call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
For a free tax analysis, call 800-903-7750. There is no obligation. Call 800-903-7750 now.
This is what evil looks like up close. It's The Nazis, a warning from history on DVD. The shocking filmed record of a world gone mad. From deep within secret German archives comes footage so unnerving, it still can't be shown on television. If you believe we can learn from the past, this is one collection you absolutely must own. Get it now on 4 DVDs for just $59.99. But wait, call with your credit card and you'll pay only $39.99. It's so important you see this. We'll pay your shipping. That's an additional savings of nearly $7. Look into the face of evil. Try not to blink. Call now to get The Nazis, a warning from history on 4 DVDs for just $39.99. We'll ship it for free.
Call 1-800-214-3086 to order Nazis, a warning from history for $39.99 and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with a credit card or order online at timelife.com/Nazi.
How can you tell your child no when they hear the bells of the ice cream truck coming down your street? It's tough to beat the summer heat without some refreshing desserts. In this week's Diet on a Dime, we learn that sweets don't have to ruin the effort we put into eating healthy meals. Michelle Arnold has more.
Fruit should be the star of your summer sweets, but look closely and you may find that you're drinking your dessert every day.
A standard 20 to 24 ounce bottle of a soft drink actually has the same amount of sugar as 4 chocolate Hostess cupcakes.
And the same goes for tea.
A bottle of sweet tea about this size has 51 grams of sugar. That's the equivalent of 12 mini chocolate donuts.
Though more time-consuming, making a cold drink yourself is the key to controlling costs and calories.
Kool-Aid, smoothies, sports drinks, tea. You stir it up for a healthier, more cost-effective lifestyle.
One bag makes 8 ounces of tea for about 3 cents, compared to $1.50 or more that you pay for a bottle of tea.
The best way to go? Water.
There's a lot of ways to make water more exciting. Add lemon slices, orange wedges, cucumber slices to a pitcher or a glass of water.
Stick with water, and then you can enjoy a popsicle on a hot day.
The best choice would be to puree some fresh fruit, fresh strawberries and raspberries, maybe in a blender, add a splash of orange juice, and actually freeze and make your own popsicles.
And if you can't make your own, look for sugar-free or all-natural popsicles. And ice cream is definitely a summer staple, but the frozen aisle can be confusing.
To make it simple, stick with one that is made with a fat-free frozen yogurt or a light ice cream. Those are typically going to be your best option.
You don't have to skimp on your sweets in this diet on a dime. I'm Michelle Arnold reporting.
Well, you probably won't find too many healthy sweets at the theater, but there's a healthy dose of action playing this weekend. What's showing now? And ever had a hitchhike? Now Bono can ask you too? All right, lame joke. But next, find out what happened when he had to thumb it.
Stay tuned for an exciting money-making opportunity from SMC. Would you like to make more money, set your own hours, and spend more time with your family? Well, now you can with SMC.
I'm an SMC believer. I'm going to tell you what, it's an opportunity for anybody to get in and have a home-based business and be successful.
Mothers around the world should do this, yes, and they can stay home with their kids.
I don't have to be bothered with the hectic day-to-day working for someone else. I'm working for myself.
I just wish now I'd have done this 10 or 15 years ago. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
SMC supports its members with a huge warehouse stocked with thousands of products that you can sell for profits of up to 300% and more. Call right now to request your free information packet. And remember to ask your operator how you can jumpstart your business with $100 worth of free SMC merchandise.
Just pick up the phone and call this toll-free number now. Remember, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Bishop Walter Hawkins made love come alive with timeless gospel classics. Now Love Alive is back and sounding better than ever. Presenting the Love Alive collection. Love Alive 1, Love Alive 2, and Love Alive 3, all for just $24.99. But wait, order in the next 10 minutes with your credit card, and we'll cut the price to just $14.99. Then preview other great gospel collections. Satisfaction guaranteed. So don't wait. Get the Love Alive collection. 3 classic CDs for just $14.99.
Call 1-800-443-1356 to order the Love Alive collection on 3 CDs for just $14.99 plus shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card. Call now.
Will the original X-Men or the return of a famous panda bring in more money? Ashley DeVorkin has a look at films in theaters this weekend.
This is kind of nice, isn't it? 3 of us back together again? Oh, gosh.
After a record-breaking Memorial Day weekend at the box office, the summer blockbuster season is finally showing signs of life.
A new species is being born.
So open your mutant textbooks to Chapter 1, because it's time to welcome a superpower franchise to the mix with X-Men First Class.
You're among friends now, Hank. You can show off.
A prequel of epic proportions that takes audiences back to where it all started, as Professor X and his genetically talented students align for the first time to save the world.
My name's Sebastian Shaw, and I am not here to hurt you.
Realizing they're only 6 degrees separated from a common threat.
Oh, holy. Where are we?
Meanwhile, in the theater next door, the guys who set that holiday record are still hanging around. The Hangover Part 2 had the best opening of all time for a comedy at the U.S. box office. The troublemaking friends go all the way to Bangkok for another night of mayhem. For family-friendly movie seekers, Kung Fu Panda 2 is still kicking up the animated action as it continues the story with Poe and friends.
I understand everything. Except that wig.
While a Part 4 also continues to make waves, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, sailing into another weekend of ticket sales with Captain Jack Sparrow leading the way.
Ready for this? Let's find out.
So how will the new superpowers heading their way factor in? You'd have to be a mind reader to know that.
Are you gonna ask us to think of a number between 1 and 10 now?
No, Agent Striker order.
Well, even world-famous rock stars get stuck on the side of the road. U2's Bono found himself having to hitchhike near Vancouver, British Columbia on Tuesday, thumb out and all. He and his assistant were picked up by an Edmonton Oilers hockey player and his girlfriend. They were driving to a park to walk their dog. Bono, who's also a rugby player, told fans at a concert Wednesday he's now a hockey fan. Why? Because, quote, people who play ice hockey are the kind of people who pick up hitchhikers. Next, the Bad News Bears, they're not. A high school team that really creamed the competition when INN returns.
It was the hippest trip in America. The music, the styles, and the stars. It was Soul Train. And now, for the first time ever, Time Life presents the Best of Soul Train on 3 DVDs for just $39.99. And if you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card, Time Life will pay your shipping and handling.
What they do?
You'll get 50 guest performances and over 8 hours of the greatest entertainment. You'll get all the great dancing, the cool fashions, the great music, fabulous guest performances, and a priceless set of memories. You'll once again be line dancing to some of the greatest soul music and artists of all time. Now you can own the Best of Soul Train on 3 DVDs for just $39.99. This collection is very special.
As an added bonus, get a free Soul Train ringtone with your order. Call 1-800-716-8618 to order Soul Train and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card.
Experience Bare Minerals, the foundation that started the makeup revolution. Are you ready for flawless coverage and makeup that is actually good for your skin? Now you can get our new kit for over 75% off what you'd pay at retail. Our exclusive introductory Get Started kit includes the award-winning Bare Minerals Foundation. You'll also receive warmth for a healthy glow, Mineral Veil, the ultimate finishing touch, and Bare Minerals Professional Flawless Application Brush. Call now and receive our new bonus collection worth $57.95 free, including the highly anticipated Flawless Definition Mascara. Purchased separately, you'd spend over $120. Our original Get Started kit was a great deal at 2 payments of $29.99. But for a limited time, you get all this, including the bonus gifts, for only 1 payment of $29.99. You save over $90 and get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
To save over 75%, order now by calling 1-800-200-8130 and ask how you can receive this free handy compact with brush with your order.
They are the talk of the town. The Mason City, Iowa Mohawks baseball team turned in quite the impressive performance earlier this week. Get this, in the second inning of their first game against Des Moines North, the boys scored 31 runs. That's the most ever in an inning in the state of Iowa. They went on to win that game 40-0. Ouch. I'm Mike Mickle. From all of us here at INN, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here on Monday.